We are live at Vermilion V-Test, my friends, where we empower you to build generational wealth to trust creations, faith-based principles, and a lot of motivation goes into that as well. I am Vinicius Pasqualini, and this is my partner, Chief Consultant Raimundo Marquez. And before we get started, like always, we just do a short disclaimer, which I'm going to upload here as well. This content that we're sharing and from our website is for educational purposes only, and this should not be taken as legal or financial and tax advice. Please consult your attorney or CPA. Educational purposes, we will contribute to you with as much as we can in order for you to be empowered and to grow your business and your faith. All right? Whew. I didn't catch a breath there in that full sentence. All right, my friend Ray. Today, we are also commenting. I'm getting a little bit personal. I'm going to tell you a backstory of how I came to be. But, however, that comes with financial literacy, something that I'm trying to show you that everybody has to overcome, and also that spiritual faith. And our other stories that we have been bringing you has to do with a business from our clients, right? So we're trying to merge this to give you a little bit sense of knowledge. So, you got something good for us tonight, Ray? One of our clients?
Well, look, today I might hit in more of a personal level. May not. We'll see how the night goes. But first things first, I want to give a special shout out to you, the people in the audience.
Thank
Without
you,
you,
Gemini. Thank you.
without you, none of this is possible. Thank you for your contribution, and thank you for allowing us to contribute to you. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to stop us in the middle of the broadcast and ask them in the comments below in the chat. Now, Benny had interesting stories yesterday where he was speaking about his personal situations and where he came from about and grew up. In previous episodes, I had spoken of my hardships and what I had gone through as well. And as of recently, I have chosen to give you guys multiple examples of people that we deal with in a consistent basis, right? We keep their names private, so we interchange the names, right? So today I want to let you guys know about two brothers, two, not one, but two, David and Mark. Their father, Richard, was a hardworking man, but, you know, he built more like, what would you say, small real estate portfolio, 3 rental properties and the family home, that type of stuff, right?
Investment portfolio.
So their father, Richard, was a hardworking man. I need you guys to sit that in real quick. He was a hardworking man who built a small real estate portfolio, 3 rentals, properties, and a family home. Richard thought he had it done the right thing. He wrote out a will. Let's think about this consistent story that we keep telling. People think it's the end all be all at the will. But that's just the beginning. That is not the all of the story. That is not the whole story. That is not all the things that you need to do to make sure your assets are taken care of for you and your family. So he left instructions and assumed his sons would work it out peacefully. Some family members don't get along, right? Some family members, some brothers, they don't love each other as they should.
When
Some
money
people,
is in the middle,
a lot of things can get involved. It can get messy. It can get real messy. I want you guys to realize that it can get real messy. So when Richard passed
Greed.
away, when Richard passed away, the storm began. The will went to probate, and suddenly lawyers, courts, and fees were involved. It wasn't private anymore. It was public. Creditors started lining up for old debts. But worse than that, David and Mark each thought the will meant something different. They thought it meant something different. They had a disagreement. There's nothing worse when two blood siblings have a disagreement.
It's terrible.
One wanted to sell properties and split the cash. The other wanted to keep the long-term rentals for passive income. For two different reasons. Think about it. Why would one want to sell properties for quick cash? Right? Why would one want to do something like that? They might be handling something in their own lives, old debts, things that they couldn't take care of themselves, and that's why they wanted to sell the properties. Now, why would one want to keep the passive income? Because they know in the next 10, 50 years, real estate is going to skyrocket all the way to the top.
True, true.
What started as a conversation went into arguments. Arguments turned into shouting. Shouting turned into silence. By the end of the probate, the two brothers weren't speaking. One of them sold the family home against the other's wishes just to settle their fees. That's all I want you to get this. Do you see the picture now? Everybody has their own life. Neither of them were bad people. But when things happen like this, people tend to think selfishly and want to fix their own affairs. They're like, oh, problem resolved right here, right here. In this scenario, I can fix all my problems.
They can't fix all their problems. That's the thing. It's what was that particular phrase that you said, Ray? One who does not know their rights have none. That's basically it. He didn't know not the rights, but he didn't know what he was getting himself into when he created that will. And now the creditors came.
So I want you guys to see something real quick. The money came and went, but relationships were broken. Family dinner's gone. Their legacy the father dreamed of leaving them, destroyed. But now here's the twist. And we always come back to the twist. We always come back to the twist. We always come back to the twist. What can you do different? What can you do different instead of being like Mark with just the will? The twist is, if Richard had set up a trust, it could have been all avoided. The properties wouldn't have just dragged through probate. The trust could have laid out explicitly how assets would have been handled, managed by the trustees. No arguing, no court battles, no broken family ties. Instead of tearing his family apart, the trust could have kept them together. Instead of tearing his family apart, the trust could have kept them together. There's certain conditions that you could put in a trust. that you can't put in a will. You could set boundaries and guidelines and principles that should be living in your family forever. The lesson. There's a lesson here. There's a lesson everywhere, right?
What's the lesson? What's the
And the
lesson?
lesson
Let me learn.
is most people think my family would never fight over money. But grief and money change people. A will doesn't prevent conflict. It invites it. A trust brings clarity and privacy and protection.
And a peace of mind.
And we always have to go to a Bible verse.
Ooh.
We always have to go to a Bible verse. We always have to go to a Bible verse. We always have to go to a Bible verse. And the
We
Bible
always
verse,
have to.
if a house is divided against itself, the house cannot stand. Mark 3:25. If a house is divided against itself, it cannot stand. Mark 3:25. If you don't prepare your house, your legacy could be very thing that divides your family. Now, that's the one thing that people don't think about. Now, I'm going to go dive into this real quick. I just want you guys to think real quick. What is it? What is it that's going on here? Most people don't think about their families in this depth. They don't. I'm not going to say it's going to fix everything. It's not going to fix everything. But at least the trust can give you the control that you need. Now,
Only at Vermilion V-Test, we are sharing these stories with you with bits and pieces of knowledge that's going to better your life and your legacy and skip all that hassle that you just saw going on in this story. Pay attention to Ray's words.
I want you guys to sit down in the story and really realize, who are you going to be? Are you going to be stuck in the rat race following what everybody else does? Or are you going to make a difference in your life, right? You don't have to do it here at Vermilion V-Test. This information isn't exclusive to Vermilion V-Test. This information is exclusive to the person that cares about knowing this information. You know? I need you guys to sit. And I need you guys to ponder what it is that you want to create for your family. I want you to sit down and really, what 10, 15, 20, 50, 100, 200-year plans do you have? This is what the kings and queens did. They didn't think about today, tomorrow, next week, next month. No. Why were they able to leave a legacy so efficiently throughout all the generations? But they planned for it. Are you not listening? A man with a plan is hard to bring down. What difference are you going to make? Chat. What do you guys want? What is it that you want?
A rich man once was asked, "Why are you so better than us? Why are you richer than us?" And his response to the poor man was, "We read and we know how to file documents." Now, what documents? That's for you to read and learn and to find out. Continue.
It's difficult, man. Seeing families getting split up over things that you did not prepare for. It's difficult.
It is. It is.
Sad.
I mean, look at where we started too, Ray. We're not perfect. We didn't know what we were doing all the way back then at the beginning, but we learned this process. It's difficult. But you could overcome this financial burden that's probably laying over you. You can. Ray is trying to show you that by implementing this story from one of our clients. You too could seek advice and you too could seek help, right?
Education.
And you could also education in order to
Educators.
change whatever position you are at right now. Man. You got that Bible verse on the back of your head? Because I'm gonna make you say it again in a little bit. Because I love your Bible verses, man. Everybody needs to know that every single word that is in that book could be a principle laid onto your life, right? It's just a matter of how you put it. Sometimes you won't get it at the first time you read it, but then you go through a struggle in your life that probably that Bible verse will go back and heal something, amend, and it will teach you something, right? And Ray is just, You ready for that Bible verse, Ray?
If a house is divided against itself, then that house cannot stand. If it's divided against itself, then the house cannot stand.
You know, I could dive in a little bit deep on that verse, right? I had something that I wanted to share, but now I'm going to share this based on that what Ray just said, because this is very important. Repeat it again, Ray. One more time. A house
that is divided against itself, it cannot stand.
So picture this. Every single day, a house is divided. A household, a family is divided, right? The moment you're born, your brother, your sister, your parents, you start growing up, you start going to school, the house starts getting divided, right? Because people's faith starts deviating from their path, what is important to them, their family, their friends, their relationship, their responsibilities. It starts deviating because this world is pulling us away from God, right? So a house is divided. It's becoming a fight to divide us from our household. Since we are born, like I mentioned, they try to split us up, meaning when we're kids, when we're brothers, when we're sisters, you're going to go to this high school, you're going to go and travel all the way up to a different state for that school, and the house becomes divided. A brother becomes a lawyer, a sister becomes a psychiatrist, and now you have different income, different assets. Your father works on a different prospect, and he does different projects. Everybody is doing something different on this family. How can they prosper? Right? We want to bring that family unit together. Because what a lot of people did long ago, and we were talking about the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, all these wealthy people back then, what they did is they kept their family fortune together. They didn't spread apart doing different random things and following their own careers for their own personal goals. No, they knew how much family legacy is important. And they did not want their house divided. And what did they start doing? If I wanted to be a lawyer, I would be a lawyer for my own family, my own company. We would operate together in unity to build an empire. And all that was done through trusts, LLCs. If my child wanted to go and be a movie star, great, but he was going to be branded, he was going to be sponsored by the company owned by the family so they could get the fruits of the labor of that child. So everything that they used to do, it didn't matter what trade you would go into, it always turned back to you are coming back and staying inside the fortune and the legacy of this family so we could leave back behind for generations to come. They did not want their house divided, right? They wanted to keep the wealth within the family. And that's what a lot of people are missing right now. You know, a lot of different religions and different cultures still do that. However, a lot of them as well are deviating from that process. Everybody wants to become somebody different, and they take away their friends and their family who want to prosper and benefit them instead of keeping everything together. And that's the importance of also maintaining the wealth in a family trust. We talk about trust, LLC, foundations, all that stuff. Guys, this knowledge has been around for generations. Ray was mentioning before, are you thinking 200 years ahead? We talk about the Bible verse 13:22, which a good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. And a lot of people do follow that. And I want to empower and inspire you to follow that as well. Because how great will it be for you to leave something behind for your kids? Not think about yourself and the greediness that you say, I want everything for myself. Do you feel that, Ray? Do you feel that a lot of people just think like, I want to get all this money and I want to do everything for my benefit?
That's why you're broke.
Yes.
The reason why you're broke is because you haven't figured out OPM. You haven't understood that you're stronger together. You haven't got it yet. You haven't got the fact that you work better as a family unit and attacking your problems together than separate.
OPM.
If we start a business together and we combine our assets together, then it's in my best interest to make sure that you're okay because we work as it together. But if you're over here working for another employer and my other family member is working for another employer and we have separate families and we have separate things going on, of course I don't care. Of course. You're surrounded by a different environment. You haven't put your family into a position to want to work together.
It's extraordinary what's happening nowadays. People are going to that route where they're breaking up the family unit. They're breaking up the house. It's becoming divided. You don't want that. No, you do not want that. You want to prosper together. Who do you follow? And who follows you? Are you making right choices with the right people? Look at me and Ray, great business partners. My knowledge is his knowledge. We share knowledge. That way we could grow together in one single business. And if he has an idea to go do real estate or go to buy this property or to sell this product, I support him.
You want friends to think about you.
Yes.
You want friends to think about you. You want family members to think about you. Who can I bring on this business venture that will make a difference?
My coach, right, the diplomat, said to me once, if they're really your friends, when you offer something to them, which is a business a product or whatever it is, they don't ask for a discount because they want to support you. Every time I support my friends, I don't ask for the price tag. I just say, I want to support you in any way that I can. You want me to get your product? I'll get your product. And I go ahead and support them. I just wanted to share that because he told me that. And a while back, some people were asking me something like that, and I'm able to speak to you. We're giving out free information right here every single day live. So support your friends. Maybe you got a friend out there that just did something new. Go and support him. Maybe he's selling food. Go and buy his food. Why are you going to buy McDonald's? Why are you going to buy Burger King? Right, Ray?
Why?
Go buy Ray's fries, you know? And I'll finish off with this, right? Ray was explaining how the house divided is no good. And I mentioned how a unity is what you need on this new generation. Do not split up. And when it comes to that, we always have to approach a higher power, approach the divine. And with Matthew 7:7, that's specifically what it teaches us to reach out on that divinity, right? It asks us to ask, and it will be given to you. Seek, and you will find it. Knock, and the door will open to you. But who are you asking? Are you asking the right people? Are you knocking at the right doors? Right? Are you seeking opportunities? Or are you standing still? That prayer must be powerful and important to you. It can't just be bland out in the universe. Make your 200 goal, like Ray was saying, because that's how you want to be planning. Even Elon Musk is thinking already after his death, he's going to go to Mars, he's going to do that. Think ahead. Benefit people years from now. That's what you guys want to do and inspire to build generational wealth, not only as a tangible asset, but generational wealth here, inside the kingdom of God.
Couldn't say it better, my brother. And with that, guys, we will conclude on YouTube.
On YouTube.
On YouTube.
Ray, can you shoot that last Bible verse again? Prepare yourself and just do a rocket ship.
Divided. If the house is divided, it cannot stand. If a house is divided, it cannot stand.
Thank you, guys. Vermilion V-Test out. Be blessed. Comment, like, subscribe. Thank you.